So 3 space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
How do you do, folks, and welcome to my third game of Jeopardy featuring Alex Trebek for the DOS, in which so far I have won $52,200 in just 2 games. Let's see if I can win more. Computer player for expert. I'm returning. See stats. Yep. 2,200. I'm gonna use the spacebar key to buzz it. Or no, I'll use the enter key to buzz in. So I take on Cheryl and Scott.
Hi everyone and welcome to Jeopardy.
Thank you, as I try to add on to my $52,200.
Here we go, round 1. One daily double will appear on the board in these categories.
We have monarchs, authors, U.S. history, foreign films, sports, and finally, art. Okay? Alright. To start things off with monarchs for 100. The notorious Torquemada led the Spanish Inquisition while this couple ruled Spain. Who are Ferdinand and Isabella?
Yes.
Alright. I'll take monarchs for 200, please. In 1974, this emperor of Ethiopia was deposed. I'm going to say who was Haile Selassie.
Right.
Let's have monarchs for 300, please. Kaiser Wilhelm II was German emperor and king of Prussia until forced to abdicate at the end of this war. First time we hear from Cheryl this game. What was World War I? I think that's right.
You are correct.
So now Cheryl's on the board with $300. Tied with me for the lead at this point. Let's keep going. Monarchs 400. She was Empress of Russia during the American Revolution. Who is Catherine the Great?
Right.
Alright. Monarchs for 500. I do have a run of this version of Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo going with $200,000. When the great Aztec Emperor Montezuma died in 1520, this man was alive and kicking and king of England. Cheryl. Who was Henry VIII?
That's it.
He's the one, so she takes a $100 lead over me at this point. But we continue. That's it for the monarchs category, so let's go to another category. U.S. History 100. Type of disaster kicked off in Chicago on October 8th, 1871. What was a fire?
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Currently tied with Cheryl for the lead now. I'm going to go with U.S. History for 200. 1948-49, a U.S. airlift delivered over 2 million tons of supplies to this city. What is... I think it's either London or Berlin. What is Berlin?
No.
Nah. I'm gonna lose a little money there, but that's okay. Cheryl, what is West Berlin? Oh, I had to be more specific.
Yes.
Had to be more specific. It's okay. Still very early. U.S. history for 300. The Battle of this city was fought after the War of 1812 was over and made Andrew Jackson a hero. What is Baton Rouge? Or, no. What is New Orleans? I'm going to change my answer. What is New Orleans?
Yes.
Good thing I did. I'd like to have U.S. history for 400, please. I'd rather be right than president, said this great compromiser who ran 5 times. Who is Henry Clay?
That's it.
U.S. history for 500, please. I'm going to take a $300 lead over Cheryl at this point. On December 1st, 1955, she refused to give her bus seat to a white man. Who was Rosa Parks?
That's it.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'd like to go to authors for 100. After marrying Eliza Stowe's widower, she had a daughter named Eliza and wrote a book about Eliza. Oh, who was Harriet Beecher Stowe?
That's it.
Yeah, Harriet Beecher Stowe. Should have thought of that, but it didn't dawn on me immediately. Go ahead, Scott. Your turn. Authors for 200. Poet whose wife died after her dress caught fire while he worked on Tales of a Wayside Inn. Scott. Who was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He's the one. It's a little more money. Okay. Authors 300. Besides some lyrics, he wrote only one major poem, Tam O'Shanter, after age 27. Scott. Who was Robert Burns?
Yes.
Scott doubled his money to 600. Authors for 400. Mark Twain's last home, Stormfield, named for one of his last characters, was in this state. Scott. He doesn't know.
Who?
Cheryl. What is hexachlorophene?
Who?
No. I'm not going to try this one.
The correct response?
Connecticut. Well, that was my hunch, but I wasn't really 100% sure. Let's keep trying. Let's keep going. Authors for 500, please. His story, Music for Chameleons, was about a real-life friend who played Mozart for lizards. Scott. Who is Truman Capote?
Right.
Uh-huh. Scott takes second place, and where do we go now? We have 3 categories left. Foreign films, 100. The Seven Samurai became this title group in a 1960 U.S. film. Scott. What is The Magnificent Seven?
That's it.
Foreign films, 200. Ingmar Bergman directed this fellow Swede in her last theatrical film, 1978's Autumn Sonata. Who is Ingrid Bergman? Right. Foreign films for 300. Sergei Bondarchuk not only wrote and directed this Oscar-winning Tolstoy epic, he played the lead. What is War and Peace?
That's it.
Foreign films for 400. Francois Truffaut's The Bride Wore Black was an homage to this master of suspense. Who is Alfred Hitchcock?
You are correct.
Foreign films for 500, please. Daily double.
Yes, there is the daily double.
How much money do I have? I have 2,700. I'm gonna go 800. So put me at 3,500 if I get it right on this clip. The Clowns, this director's tribute to circus performers, was originally made for Italian TV. Who is Fellini?
Yes.
Federico Fellini. Taking me up to 3,500. I will take sports for 100. Olympic sport divided into freestyle and Greco-Roman. What is wrestling?
Right.
Sports for 200. In basketball, it's dribbling with both hands or resuming to dribble after you've stopped. What is double dribbling?
That's it.
Sports for 300. Baseball senior circuit. What's the National League?
Right.
Sports 400. Where in hockey, where you're sitting, if you're in the sin bin, what is the penalty box?
Yes.
And I'll close out the category. Sport where you could find someone working on the chain gang. What is football?
That's it.
Okay. Up to $5,000. Art for 100. One of these creatures is speared by St. George in Raphael's famous work. What's a dragon?
That's it.
200. Gainsborough painted it to disprove the theory that masses of blue ruin a composition. What is the blue boy?
Yes.
300. Sorry. When his The Night Watch was cleaned, it proved to be a daytime scene. Who is Rembrandt?
Right.
400. He was a financier before leaving civilization and settling in the South Seas. Who is Paul Gauguin?
That's it.
Now the last clue. Hans Holbein the Younger illustrated this author's Utopia and painted his portrait. Who is Thomas More?
Right.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm at 6,500, Scott 800, Cheryl 600.
The double Jeopardy round. So here we go. 2 daily
We have potpourri, American history, mammals, TV, Sport of Kings, and finally, patriotic songs. Okay? Good categories. Let's begin. Cheryl. American history for 200. Primary author of the Declaration of Independence. Who is Thomas Jefferson?
Yes.
I'd like to have American history for 400, please. As I pull ahead. Fortune hunters in the post-war South named for the luggage they carried. Who are the carpetbaggers?
Right.
American history 600. The U.S. was involved in a bitter struggle between factions in this Asian country from 1950 to 53. What is Korea?
Right.
American history 800. Vice President charged with both treason and murder. Who is Aaron Burr?
That's it.
American history for 1,000. Daily double.
Daily double.
And I have a runaway lead at this point with 8,500. I'd like to go for 1,500. Put me at $10,000 if I get it right. Here's the clip. The angel of the battlefield who established the American Red Cross. Who's Clara Barton?
Right.
Putting me at $10,000. Okay, let's keep it going. I'd like to go ahead and have potpourri for 200. Only hope remained after her box was opened. Who is Pandora?
Right.
I'll have potpourri for 400. Islam's holiest city. What is Mecca?
You are correct.
Which is in Saudi Arabia. I'll have potpourri for 600. The nation's largest single user of almonds is this chocolate maker. What is Hershey?
Right.
Potpourri for 800. A lot of cash sitting in front of me right now as I leave Cheryl and Scott in the dust. The story of Pyramus and her inspired Romeo and Juliet. Who is Thisbe?
You are correct.
Potpourri for 1,000. Only Universal Studios Special Effects and Moses could part it. What is the Red Sea?
Yes.
Well done in that category as well. 2 full categories I've knocked in the head so far. I'm at $13,000. Where am I going to go now? I'd like to go with mammals for 200. Romans called this African beast a tiger horse. What is a zebra?
Yes.
Mammals for 400. The only flying mammal. What is the bat?
Yes.
I'll go with mammals for 600. A black panther is really the black version of this cat. What is the leopard?
Right.
Mammals 800. $14,200 at this point. It plays dead to escape predators, but one was close friends with an alligator. What is a possum?
You are correct.
And I'll go with mammals for 1,000. The blue species of this mammal generates up to 500 HP with its tail. What is the whale?
That's it.
Putting me at $16,000. That's 3 full categories I've knocked in the head so far in Double Jeopardy. TV for 200. On Dynasty, the Carrington Mansion was in this city. What is Denver?
Right.
TV for 400. This actor thought 3 was company, but found out it was a crowd. Who is John Ritter?
Yes.
TV for 600. A Muppet Monster or Dr. Gates on Trapper John. Who's Gonzo?
Yes.
I'll go with mammals for 800. Look at that total right there, $17,200. Initials shared by friends of Hawkeye and the Bear. What is radar?
No.
Oh. Scott. BJ. Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. TV for 1,000. He hosted Ripley's Believe It or Not with his daughter Holly. Scott. Who is Jack Palance?
Right.
He's the one. Sport of Kings for 200. The pari-mutuel system lets you place one of these legally. What is a bet?
You are correct.
Sport of Kings for 400. A race where faster horses carry more weight than slower ones. Cheryl. What is a handicap race? And that's correct.
You are correct.
Sport of Kings for 600. Racehorse that runs well on a wet track, or a Bronx Mommy. What is a mutter?
That's it.
I'll take Sport of Kings for 800, please. The oldest race in the Triple Crown. What is the Belmont Stakes?
Yes.
And Sport of Kings for 1,000. In 1919-1920, this four-legged battleship won 20 of 21 starts. Who is Man o' War?
Yes.
So we know that the other Daily Double is in the last category, which is patriotic songs. 200, please. An actor named Thomas A. Beckett said he wrote this patriotic gem, but others claimed it too. What is Columbia Gem of the Ocean?
That's it.
400. 19,200. It was originally a poem titled The Defense of Fort McHenry. What is the Star Spangled Banner?
Yes.
600. Cash is just piling up at this point. Where is that last daily double? Is it in the $600 clue? Yes, it is.
The answer there is the daily double.
I'm feeling a bit risky, so I'm going to go all in. Here's the clue in patriotic songs. The second line of this beloved patriotic song is Land That I Love. What is God Bless America?
You are correct.
Yes! $39,200. 8. The song that says, "You're the emblem of the land I love." What is "You're a Grand Old Flag"?
That's it.
Your Grand Old Flag is correct. And we have one clue left on the board for $1,000. The song parody "Be Kind to Your Web-Footed Friends" is sung to the tune of this patriotic march. What is the Stars and Stripes Forever? Which will put me at $41,000.
Yes.
41,000 for me, 2,600 for Scott, 1,000 for Cheryl. As we get ready to play Final Jeopardy,
Here is today's Final Jeopardy category.
we're going to deal with authors. Okay. How much of that $41,000 do I want to put at risk? I like to put at risk $6,800.
Final Jeopardy answer is
This U.S. Poet Laureate was the only writer who won Pulitzer Prizes for both poetry and fiction. Who is Emily Dickinson?
what did you put down as your response?
Emily Dickinson.
No, sorry, that is wrong.
It's going to cost me
And your wager
$6,800, which is going to drop me down to $34,200. But that doesn't matter because it's still enough for
What
me
did you
to
put
win.
down as your response?
Robert Penn Warren.
You are correct.
He's the one.
And your wager was
620. So you go up to 1620.
what did you put down as your response?
You also said Robert Penn Warren.
You are correct.
How much of your 2,600 are you going to add?
And your wager was
2,310. Take you to 4,910, but that doesn't matter because I'm still the winner. Which brings me to a 3-game winning total of $86,400. And that will do it for this game. We'll see you all for my next video coming soon.